Hi everybody. So welcome to take 4. It's been a long day. It was light out when I started, so I'm going to try to go through these questions really quickly. But yeah, so bear with me. Playing some music. There is some road noise and some helicopter airport noise. And the farm cats like to make an appearance every now and then. It was warmer and lighter out when I started. Had to do a couple takes. Yeah. Anyway, so Q&A. Here we go. Cheap and easy recipes for someone stuck in quarantine. I have been trying to avoid using that word all week. But I use allrecipes.com a lot. I use them for carb cycling ideas just because having chopped butternut squash gets really boring after a while, and now because of this website I've learned how to make a whole bunch of other stuff that I would have never thought of with butternut squash, in addition to a whole bunch of other things. So basically you go in to allrecipes.com, you type in the ingredients that you have, so find whatever's in your fridge, whatever's in the back of your freezer, and go through the list and go through the examples. I love allrecipes.com because it doesn't give you a 5-page essay on why this recipe reminds them of their grandmother. It just gives you the ingredients and how to make it, and it's done. Like, instead of having to swipe up 16 pages and with pictures of their kids that you don't care about, it's just recipes. It's great. And then you can post pictures of your attempts and successes. I really enjoy it. I really love using that website. It's taught me a lot about cooking, and it's taught me a lot about using different ingredients for different things. 2, essential self-care activities, especially with everything going on. Take time to yourself. Take time to excuse yourself. Stop listening to the news as much, or if it's stressing you out, or if it calms you down, listen to it more. Excuse yourself, go into a different room, like take a nap, go outside, go for a walk. Yeah, take time to yourself, as always, for self-care activities. It doesn't necessarily need to be a bubble bath or a face mask, or chopping your hair off or dyeing it. Yeah, simple stuff. Okay, number 3 is actually a really funny question, but I like it, so I'm going to answer it anyway. Is there such a thing as an emotional support K-pop boy? The answer is yes, and it is Cha Eun-woo from Astro. And the reason is because he is in a show called, I had it here, My Romantic Sum Recipe on Amazon Prime. If you haven't seen it, go see it. It's adorable. It's so cute. It actually, it shows you why he's a really great emotional support K-pop boy, or why he would be. And then it also talks about, it's a show about dream walking and dream sharing. If you've ever heard me talk about that, if you've ever heard anybody else talk about that, or if you've ever experienced it yourself, that's the show for you, because it explains it really, really, really well. Number 4, does Reiki actually work? Reiki is the practice of laying hands and sharing energy. It's not a massage, but I have had Reiki done. I love Reiki. For me, it works. Some people it might not work, but it's kind of like acupuncture, where if you trust it and if it's something that you need, then it will help you. If you have never tried it, I say try it and then decide. Number 5, ASMR. I love ASMR. I don't necessarily like watching ASMR, but I will listen to ASMR, especially if I'm trying to sleep. I listen to the sleeping ASMRs, like rain on your window or tent or something like that. But also somebody breathing next to you is one that I listen to a lot. In my subscriptions, there's a couple different ones that I've subscribed to, so check those out if you're looking for one. There's one that's only half an hour, but it knocks me out. I love it. Number 6, tea or coffee. I drink both now, but with my heart condition, I have tachycardia. I've been dealing with tachycardia for about 10 years now, as a side effect of taking medication for a significant amount of time. So my heart just kind of beats too fast all the time. So with coffee for a really long time, if I didn't take care of myself and do my cardio and things like that, I would get palpitations and almost pass out. Yeah, so that doesn't happen anymore. which is great, and it's getting really dark, so I'm trying to go quick. But yeah, so there's that. I do drink tea and coffee. I don't drink as much sugar in my coffee anymore. And the tea, I don't necessarily drink a lot of iced tea anymore. If it's flavored, I'll add water to it to dilute it. But tea, I love tea. I love loose leaf tea. I have one of those glass teapots with the ball flowering tea where it blooms into a flower with the herbs and tea leaves and stuff like that. And it's so beautiful, and I love it. My dad got it for me from China about 6 years ago. So yeah, love that. Love tea in general. It depends on what I'm eating, I guess, if that makes sense. Where have I traveled to? So I've traveled like basic United States traveling, all up and down the East Coast, California, been to Mexico, Cancun, Canada, a lot. Canada is the place I've traveled to outside of the United States the most. And then I've also been to Iceland, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, and France. And I would love to go back. I would love to travel more. Can't wait to travel more, honestly. Okay. Number 8. What made me want to start a channel? I had been realizing that my Twitter was a place for me to just kind of vent out to the universe, and I wasn't really expecting anybody to respond. And then people started responding, and I started using it as more of an outlet for mental health awareness and things like that, to check in with my friends. And I started doing lives there, and I started doing videos there, and I was like, you know what, if I can do this here, I can do this on YouTube. So what made me want to start the channel is just to be able to get my voice heard and be a safe space for people who need me. I have been the friend to go to. I've also had friends to go to for several years now, and the better part of a decade, honestly. And I would love to be that person for other people and more people as time goes on, just because the conversation about mental health is changing, for sure. And it's becoming more of a thing where it's more socially acceptable to talk about it. So please, talk to me about it. Talk to your friends about it. If you're in a situation where you don't necessarily feel like you can share your thoughts with the people around you right now, when you're stuck inside and stuck at home, go for a walk, make a phone call, call a friend, find somebody to talk to. I'm always here. Again, my socials always match. So yeah, I'll listen. I will gladly listen. Alrighty. Does pineapple go on pizza? It is a pizza topping to some people. Is that a diplomatic enough answer? If I were an ice cream flavor, what flavor would I be and why? Number 10. There's a dairy down the street from me who makes a flavor called Drunken Leprechaun. It is Bailey's flavored ice cream with chunks of Guinness brownies. That's the ice cream flavor that I would be. And if I have to explain it to you, just try it. What's a childhood story that taught me a lesson that I still refer to today? And I asked this person who asked me this question if it was a fable or like Cinderella or something like that, or personal experience. And she said personal experience, but both work. So I am going with personal experience. I lied to my grandmother once and got caught. Yeah. So I try to be as diplomatic as possible, like with number 9 about the question about pineapple on pizza. I was not asked if I like pineapple on pizza, but I was asked if it goes on pizza. So I try to be as open and as honest as I can, and people are always surprised when I'm not lying, but that's okay. Number 12, cats or dogs, or a different emotional support animal. I have had both. I've had hamsters, I've had fish, I've had a turtle, I've had guinea pigs. I loved my guinea pig. If I could get a guinea pig again, I totally would. Cats or dogs, it depends on their personality, because I like pets that cuddle or that you can interact with. So if you have a cat that you're just like, oh yeah, it lives here too, like that's boring to me, just because I want to be able to interact and cuddle and hang out with this animal. My dog's like that. I love my dog. He's great. He would live in my Jeep if I let him. He would go everywhere with me. He's great, but he doesn't cuddle. Like, he likes his space. Like, he doesn't really like it when you get in his face. He'll tolerate it, but he doesn't like it. So, meh. Anyway, I know people who have emotional support snakes. I know people who have emotional support birds. I know people who have emotional support chinchillas. So if you can get your animal registered as an emotional support animal, good for you. Congratulations. I don't necessarily have a preference. I don't like snakes, but they're probably the only animal I don't like. Just because I have a physical reaction to them. I can't be around them. Not saying that they are bad or that they're not cute. I've seen some really cute snakes. I think they're cool. I just personally don't make it touch me, and I don't want to touch it. But yeah, so now that it is nice and dark out, it was not when I started. It was nice and it was still 55 and it was light out and it wasn't a creepy video. Sorry about that. This is my fourth take. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to continue trying to post videos to help you guys out. If you have anything you want me to talk about, as always, contact me, let me know. My hands are cold and my water is colder than when it was first brought out here. So I'm going to go back inside and warm up and make some dinner. It's just about 8 o'clock. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Hope you guys are all doing okay. Stay safe, and stay smart, I guess, is what I want to tell you guys. And wash your hands. And yeah, thanks so much. Bye.